What's up, everybody? Welcome in. Late night stream for sure. What's up, Andre? Me and Andre did a vending pop-up festival earlier here in St. Louis, the vegan festival. It's a pretty nice turnout. Oops. Sorry about that. I need to wipe my camera off. It seems like this camera is not getting as clear as it used to be. Okay, that's much better. Maybe because I keep dropping my phone. Let me know if the sound is good. Thank you for the likes. Y'all coming in strong with the likes. I appreciate that. Make sure you like and share this stream. Yeah, great networking. A lot of opportunities and, things are flourishing for us here in St. Louis. So I'll get started. We're going to be making this chain. It's an infinity. I call it that because it's like the infinity symbol. Infinity chain. Very simple to make using brass wire. And since it's brass, it's actually quite strong, which is nice and promising for the longevity of this chain. So tonight I was listening to like these binaural beats because I want to start using those on the music. For the music on the background of these videos. Last night I was kind of having one of those nights where it's a little harder to fall asleep. So I put on some binaural beats and it really helped calm me. So I feel like it would be really cool to have those in the background of my videos. Yeah, today has been a beautiful, lively Sunday. A lot busier than the typical Sunday. Very event-filled and fun. So make sure you put a like on the stream if you're just tuning in. This will be a pretty easy tutorial. First things first. On the music, we have Britt Lockhart, my friend here in St. Louis. His band is called the Ish Ensemble. I'll write the Instagram really quick in the chat box. Ish Ensemble. And what's up, Angelic Spiritual Messenger? He makes some cool, great music. Love to support local artists. And what other thing do I need to say? Yeah. So I started. I won't have to talk much during this tutorial once I get started. But I started off with making it this size because I was just playing around with the concept, wanted to see what it would look like. So these links are a little bit bigger, and maybe yours will come out bigger, closer to this size. I made mine really tiny because I like to make tiny miniature stuff. But that's what that one would look like. And then I like the way this one falls a lot because it's a lot smaller. So we're using 20 gauge brass. It's dead soft and it's still strong because brass is just a tougher metal. Red brass wire from Craft Wire. You can get this from Amazon. 1 pound is gonna last me a good minute. Beautiful hue, gold-like color. Craft Wire. They have a website too, craftwireusa.com. This is not sponsored, but if they wanted to sponsor me, that would be awesome. So we're just using this wire today alone for this part of the chain at least. The closures I would use 16 gauge, which is a lot thicker. And I would also use my rolling mill to flatten out the clasp, which you can see that in other videos, or maybe, I don't know if we got to it, I would show you today. But basically, I'm working on this project where I want to create this body chain. This is going to be for a custom order for someone who has already put their down payment in. So she wants different things within her custom order I'll be working on. For right now, I'm starting to work on this chain that'll be going around the neck. Then we'll have like a design here, more chain to wrap around the back, more chain, and probably put some crystals and stuff in the inside down here. Maybe even some up here to add some crystals. But the basics will be using this chain. I thought, perhaps I could just use this chain that I have in bulk, this gold filled chain, but it's kind of thin, so I wanted to create a brass chain since I'm using brass anyways for this custom project. So thank you so much, Locked Down Visual. Yeah, it's gonna be so dope. So hopefully you guys get to see that if you're subscribed to me and you just stay in tune. I recorded a little video of like the intro of me starting this project. It's pretty special. It's one of the biggest commissions I've had so far. I've had like people spend a lot of money with me over time, spread out, but like all together it's like a nice commission. So yeah, peace to you, Lockdown Visual. We can get started. So if you want to make this with me, very simple. I got these from Michael's round nose pliers. I used to use these round nose pliers a lot. Still use them, but you will see that the tips for this one has a thicker tip than this one. So if you want to make the chain even smaller, then maybe you would use ones like this. But I use the very tip of this round nose pliers to make this chain size. So we're just using this. It would be nice for you to have like more needle nose pliers that have a good grip in them, and flat nose pliers, and then a pair of flush cutters. That's basically all you'll need. If you are with me now, live and direct, put a like on the stream for me. I appreciate that. So this is a very simple chain. It's extremely simple for me, at least. I guess we're all at different levels, but you can probably already guess what you will need to do. It's pretty easy. If you want to guess what you'll need to do, you can put that in the comments, but we're just making that S symbol with the wire. And this is just really more meditative than anything. That's why I can't wait to get like the binaural beats. Hopefully like it's an easy process with that, using that music. It will be like music that I pay for. So to start off, we're gonna cut the wire, making it flush. When you cut something flush, you use the flat side to go against the wire. If you cut in this direction against the wire, it won't be flush. It'll be, it'll have a little divot on it. So you want to make it flush. Thank you for the love and support, you guys. So we're pinching the very tip of the wire, and thank you for the gift, Andre. That was a cute little star. Also, update, my arms have been feeling a lot better. Maybe I've been resting more. I don't know. I've changed up a few of my methodology of how I attack things, but my arms feel like back to normal, like what normal used to be for me. So I'm pinching the very tip. I don't want to leave any space. I want the camera to focus better. Okay, there we go. I don't want to leave any space like this. I'll show you what happens if you do that. It just seems like this camera is not focusing the way I want it to focus. So sorry about that. Very interesting. Let me see. Okay. All right. So if you leave too much space, you know, I don't know why the focus looks like this. I'm trying. Let me see on my laptop what it looks like. So if you leave too much space, you'll get like a weird, well, it's not weird. Actually, that's how I do it when I'm making the ankh. But this isn't as much of a circle as it is like a teardrop shape. We don't want the teardrop. We want like a good, like a more perfect circle. So I kind of am like, I don't want to waste this. So let me just make a quick little ankh real quick from this. Because I do need to make some more of those ankh earrings. So slight detour. But you know, an ankh like this could easily... Okay, I'm glad this happened. I'm going to put an ankh like this inside of the chain. That would be very cute. But I would have to leave some space down here if I do that, or figure it out somehow. Yeah, I sold out of these ankh stud earrings today at the market, which was cool. I still have a pair here though, because I need to upload them online. But this would be a cute addition to the chain. Imagine having a chain with the ankh embedded in the chain like that. I think that would be pretty cute. Like that. Having the chain, the ankh inside the chain, that's a very cute idea. It's just a matter of finding a way to connect this bottom part. Or it would just hang at the end, depending on like, you know. Or somehow just keep going through it. Yeah, I'll figure that out later. I won't do it exactly right now. So back to the chain, we had a slight detour. I was just showing you, like, you don't want to leave too much space at the top when you're making your loop. You want to make sure that you pinch the very tip of your wire to get the perfect little loop, because we want precision. So we're pinching the very tip, and we're pinching all the way up here. We're pinching the tip of the wire, and we're using the very tip of our pliers, not this loop, or else you would create a really big loop. You see, I rotated my hand, but if you wanted to rotate this hand, you could. You find what's comfortable for you, so you can get comfortable with how to maneuver with the wire. If you're just joining in, I don't see the comments right now, but thanks for joining in. Thanks for the jewels again. Andre, what's up, Lester? Yes, peace, peace, peace. Peace, Lester. You caught the live. And then we want another flush cut. So we remember you have to cut the flat side towards what the end of the wire will be. So I'm cutting it at this angle. And I have a little link. And I just set that link to the side. And then when I start again, I cut to make this flush. And then I'm doing the little pinch and twist. We don't have to worry about closing them just yet. It's actually good that they're not all the way closed because it'll make it easier to hook them on to one another when it's time to start connecting them. This will help you to practice precision. The more precise you are with it too, just like the neater it looks overall. So you can control how you want to do it. You can collect a bunch of these links if you want, or you can make a link, attach it to the chain, make another link, attach to the chain, whatever, feels like a good flow for you. And I think the most important thing is to allow this to be a meditative practice for you, because it is very meditative. That's why I really a lot of times I'm listening to things with words and stuff, but this evening I really enjoyed just listening to those binaural beats. It gave me I just was filled with a lot of creative energy and thoughts of things that I want to do with my talents and stuff. And I mean, I came up with this design too, in my head. It's probably not the first time I've seen this, but something was just just make the infinity links, because I use these whenever I make my sun charm necklaces. I would show you guys right now, but I don't feel like getting up. I use these in those necklaces, and I use it in my Ankh necklaces a lot, this little infinity symbol. So I was like, yeah, just use those to make the chain and do it really small so it can look like a nice, small, sleek chain. But yeah, I was saying it's nice to make this a meditative practice for you, because you'll be putting good energy into the piece itself, which is always the goal. You don't want to put negative energy into whatever you're creating. And so just like hearing the music and allowing the thoughts to flow is a really good, it was really good for me. All right, so we have a few. I'll just start to show you guys how I connect them to the chain. So this is where I start using my needle nose plier. And since it's so small, I actually use them to like pick it up for me. And I'm gonna like, the part that's already like opened already is the part I wanna slide onto the chain. Well, I'll start from scratch just in case you guys are, need that visual. So even with like a side of this side's like more closed and that one's more open. So if you put it on the open side, it might fall back off. So try to put it on the side that's like closed already. And then you just want to align it like this. Make sure it's aligned. And then just pinch it closed like this. And then I was aligning it even more with the flat nose pliers like this, just pinching it to make sure the link itself is like straight. I can already see myself adding this link itself to my website, like for bracelets, anklets, brass anklet. I can put like some cowrie shell in there, maybe just one cowrie shell or two, whatever. I'll be playing around with that. That's another workshop I want to do, anklet workshop. So this is a very repetitive, low wear and tear on the hands, and this is pretty easy. One of the easier things that I will be teaching you here on this channel. And the hole is still big enough for me to put a jump ring through it of a different size when I want to get to the part in the design where it needs to connect to the pendant in the middle. Also encourage you guys to like use these sessions and as a opportunity to like create something yourself, even if it strays a little bit from the lesson, or maybe it'll just inspire you to take it another route as well. I'm gonna wait on this link. Put that to the side. My leg is falling asleep. I think I might have a jump ring, a brass jump ring or something to show you guys like the closure, but I have like so much content already on this channel showing you how to do closures and whatnot, but that's the basics of the chain. Let me see if I have some jump rings. If I have jump rings in brass, they would be, I love this song. This is the Rainbows song. This sounds so good. Let me find the jump ring. So this was a different type of brass that I was using before. This was yellow brass. And I prefer the red brass. So I won't use this yellow brass in her piece. I want to keep it all red. But for the sake of demonstration, I'll use the yellow brass right now. I'll take it off later. Let me read the comments really quickly. Hey, Mario. Mario Land. Hey, Bryn. I'm using brass. I'm using the red brass from Craftwire. It's dead soft. So it'll be like the softest you can like work with the brass, but brass is still a strong metal, so it's still like firm and strong enough for me to say like, okay, this isn't gonna like just break on her unless she's like, I'm pulling this really tightly though, and it still feels extremely like good, solid, strong. It would have to be like a crazy yank or something. Great soundtrack, by the way. Yeah, this is Brit, the Ish Ensemble. Great, yeah. Andre tagged them. I've been using Infinity Link on the crystal and copper bracelets I make. Perfect. You already are ahead of the game, Angelic Spiritual Messenger. Great name. San Juan. How are you? Thanks, Lockdown Visual. What's up, Sonia? Yeah, I saw your DM. I just didn't open it yet because I have a lot of DMs. Sometimes I try not to open it so that it can stand out in my DM. But right now, this is my like main thing I needed to get like started and out the way to an extent. But I'm gonna write your name down again on this paper. I've been writing everybody's name down. And if you want, don't hesitate to bug me about it. You can bug me. That way it stays up on the top of my mind. But I did see your DM. Oh, and Mario. Sorry. Mario, I plan to open that DM soon though, when I have like a clearer slate. Thank you, Lester. Your masterclass tool skills inspire precision and confidence for any craft, wood or metal. Yeah. So yes, Mario. I'm gonna get that right. Okay. So yeah. So I make jump rings a lot, you guys. You can find that wherever you need to see that. But yeah, it's pretty simple. Like, I made sure the hole was big enough to where we could put the jump ring through. But actually, you know, this jump ring is kind of big. So one thing that I might actually prefer to do with this kind of design is create the loop, a closed loop. which I will show you right here. Still keeping that small loop, but this time we're not going to pinch it at the tip. We're going to pinch it more so down here, which is like, you know, like a pinky length, just to give you a reference for size, about like a centimeter or something. So we're going to pinch it here, but you know, it depends on how big you want the loop to be. Well, yeah, I'm sorry. Okay. So I'm just going to show you what you could do. Let's say we want to make this a bracelet and seal off both ends to have a closure. Pinch it like right here on the actual tool, like a third of the way down. So like 1, 2, 3. So just 1/3. Take your flat nose. Pinch it closed. And if you see my other videos, you pretty much know what we're doing right now. We are gonna wrap this around like this. Like this. It gave us about like 2 rounds basically. And then we have like this closed loop that won't come undone. And then we want to do it. Thank you for the likes, you guys. Put a like on the stream. On this side, we're not going to leave too much space like this. I'm going to bring it in like right here and do the same. Remember, about a third down so this loop can match in the same size. So I just wrapped it around like this. And then I'm going to bring it around town and cut it. And then I'm just, there's like a little spiky end. I'm just gonna push it in like this. And now we have a closed loop. I'm gonna add it to the chain by opening this side. So now it looks more in alignment with the actual chain itself versus the jump ring might have been like a bigger, it would have just looked like this, which is okay. I'll probably utilize this in the actual body chain though, so that it would have like a more invisible look similar to the actual links itself. And of course, if I wanted to make a clasp, you guys already know I have the video on how to make the necklace clasp. Be sure to check it out so you can get the in-depth tutorial for that. And then I would put this on the chain. I would put it through here. You can make whatever type of like clasp that you want. And then we'll make another one of these. Put it on this end so that we would be able to hook it and have a bracelet or a necklace, a waist bead, an anklet, whatever you like. Let's read these comments. Hey, Kathy. And San Juan, hello again. So that's that, you guys. Right now, I am just gonna make a few more of these loops. So if you want to vibe out, go ahead. If you have questions, let me know. I have some amazing peach cobbler that I want to eat. Let me have a bite of that. Now, remember, this can be done in any size that you want. I'm just doing it in the miniature size because I want it to be a delicate, dainty look. And this is like so exciting. This is the beginning of a very beautiful body chain piece, you know. If anybody else is following along and trying this out, put a 1 in the chat. Let me know. If you're just watching, you can put a 2 in the chat. If you just listen to the music, you put a 3 in the chat. Also, if you guys want to say where you're located, you can put that in the chat, like the state or country. And like, do you have a local jewelry community where you are? Or you have other people that you can create with, like as friends, family, or whatever. It's definitely the time for community. Like now more than ever, I feel that Aquarius energy to join together with community. So here in St. Louis, we're definitely gathering together to create things together and move collectively so that we can find ways to liberate ourselves and attain more like sovereignty for, you know, our lifestyles that we want to lead. Because you, in this age, you really shouldn't have to do things that you don't want to do, you know. We should do things that you enjoy and come together with other people to like create community and keep that flow going. We lost one. I will have to look for that one. It's small and it's dark. We might find that one in the morning. It's good to have like a carpet or something underneath you, but you know, that kind of conflicts a little with my rolly chair. But if you do have a carpet or towel around where you work, it can catch things instead of them bouncing off far away into the abyss of your empty floor. And no problem, angelic spiritual messenger. I'm happy to share it. One tip is when you're cutting, if you pay attention to how I'm doing these links, I'll pinch it. And when I cut it, I hold it so that it doesn't go flying off. It stays right there. I don't know how long it'll take me to do this, like, for the full project. Probably, like, maybe a couple hours to make the chain alone. Because it has to go over her neck, around her waist, through her torso. Another cool thing you could do with these links, if you had more time, patience, and just creativity, you know, you can make these and hammer them to give them a more flattened look. Or if you have the rolling mill, you can put them through the rolling mill if you want like a more flattened chain look. And I still have it connected to the reel, but the brass, it just it falls off the reel so easily, and it's so springy. So like if you didn't want to deal with all this extra arm of the brass hanging out, I would just recommend just cutting however much. Since this design is so small, it'll be easy to make use of all of this, like all of this wire. It wouldn't really go to waste. I don't know why the camera was struggling so much with focus today. What's up? Memphis, 9 Ether. Yes, Sarah. I don't know if you saw earlier, but I'll be making a body chain. Putting some crystals in it, closer to this sides. It'll definitely be a beautiful design. Some Leo energy. We'll be making the chain for the hand to go into the ring. We'll see what that comes out to be. Maybe just like a necklace and nose clips and whatever else can be added to the collection. This is a custom design for someone. Sometimes like when I'm really like moving fast, I'm moving a little slower tonight. But sometimes when I'm moving like super fast and I don't have like as much wire in my arm, I will like do this side. If the wire wasn't so long, I would started doing it more, but then I'll take this side and I'll do this side as well. And I would cut, and then I would cut this one too. think it saves a little time because you can cut 2 of them at once. That's how you double it up. I don't know how many to make. I'm just kind of going. Thankfully, I have a mannequin that I'll soon be able to put it on the mannequin and help with the measurements and whatnot. Thank you for saying that it's beautiful. You guys are here to witness the makings of it. Also, the Isha Ensemble, they do a lot of live shows here in St. Louis. And the musical, like, sounds similar to this one right here. If you do hammer these links, it'll make them stronger. Or if you flatten them. the smaller the loops, the stronger the chain will be, because when you have the wire like this, it's not as strong as if the wire was in a loop that was, you know, like this small. It's harder to break it. You know, like the smaller your circle, the harder to break. But the bigger, the easier it is to misshape it, you know. So when you have that's why I use the very tip. That's why I made the links so small, because it'll make it stronger. Thank you for the jewels, Andre. So aside from this stuff, I have to work on like Etsy orders this week. Hopefully get another custom order done alongside this one. I'm supposed to do one for my old track coach. That'll be fun to do. And yeah. Getting done as much as I can will be cool. There's going to be another farmer's market on Tuesday. So, and then I need to get some stuff in the museum as well, a re-up on the inventory for the jewelry that I have at the Contemporary Art Museum here in St. Louis. So, should be able to get a lot of those things done this week. Would be cool to even finish this custom project this week. This could also be like a cool pants chain. So many things it could be. If you guys are just tuning in, put a like on the stream. Thank you, Lester, for the jewels. I really have been enjoying the world of music lately. Like, I was thinking about getting into making my own beats and stuff. But also, I just really love, like, those things that other people have created. You know, it's like nice to, like, it allows you to take a peek into other people's minds that are creatives, you know, when you get to listen to their music. This will be the type of chain that some of it will go inside of the bracelet that connects into a ring. But I'm gonna make a sun, like the sun charm that I made about other video, like this. And then have like a little piece of the chain, maybe some spiral. Maybe like a moon inside of the sun if I can. Or maybe just like the sun and a moon underneath it. And maybe onyx too. I think the symbols will be cool to have inside of the chains. But that's all that I have for you guys. Try this out if you like. I've napped earlier, and now I'm going to rest. And yeah, this was the chain. So I think this is a pretty easy chain to attempt. Let me know your thoughts in the comments if you're watching the replay, or if you're gonna watch it later. Try it out. Let me know. Was it hard? Was it easy? It's very strong. This is dead soft. I could only imagine like if it was hard wire, it would be even stronger. But this is going to be a very cute necklace chain in general to put a pendant on. Like I could even see like my pendant going on it. That would be a cute necklace pendant too. Yeah, it's all around really nice chain with nice width to it. It's like what's that? It's kind of hard to read this. So maybe 3? Yeah, it's about 3 millimeters. A little bit over 3. It's like 3.5 millimeters width. So that's a nice stick chain. Now that I know it looks so cool and I can make it myself, I will. Like if I do like a brass custom, I'll consider doing this. Yeah, for the sun charms. I might make this the chain for the sun charms because I was trying to order some bulks brass chain, but they fire dip it, and so it comes out looking copper tone. And there's like no way that they just would sell it in this tone, the red brass tone. So I was like, okay, well maybe I'll have to use this gold filled chain for those sun pendants, but I think this will look cute with it. So yeah, I'm like rubbing my temples and everything, so it's time for bed. Thank you guys for joining me. I'll catch you next time.